question is Frank revealed that his attackers were Chinese. Do you think Frank was in some way trying to sabotage his meeting with Chan by making that remark? No, I don't think so. Frank is still scared. I think he was just he. I think he slipped up and said that, just trying to get Sandy to leave him alone. You know, um, so yeah, that I don't think so. Could have been. I didn't even think about it until I read this question. I was like, maybe. But Chan is. I mean, Frank is still in the state of he's very fearful of his family being killed, and he's still just recently got beat down. So he hasn't even healed from all that to even have any gumption to be like, oh, trying to tell on Chan at this point. So I just think it slipped out. So
I don't know if it would have sabotaged the meeting. Um, Sandy is very strong, and it seems like she would be the type to have his back. And Frank is scared. He's scared. So he may have said something, slipped out, that's the only way I could see the meeting being. He's revealing that these people were Chinese, and he's about to meet this Chinese man. And she'd be like, "Hold on, wait, did that have something
Yeah.
to do with something?" Because
Yeah.
she don't just go with the flow. She'll be like, "Wait a minute," because I don't understand this attitude.
Mhm.
And your man. My father was one of them people. When he gets scared,
sorry.
he gets mean. He don't show fear like, "Oh, I'm scared." It's, "Oh, no, blah, blah." And it's because he's scared. And so I think that's what Frank is doing. And I think he wants to tell, he can't, but he wants to kind of tell Sandy like, "Hey, babe, I'm in some mess, help me out." But at the same time, he can't. So yeah, I think that slipped out. You know, when you're talking with your mate, you want to tell them everything when you're in love. Now, people hide stuff from people all the time. But I mean, like, when you're in love and you're like, this is something that's bothering you, this is something that's on your mind, heavy, especially since, I mean, this man is coming to his house. It's not, his associates or nothing like that. And so I think in some way, he slipped up because he's used to probably Sandy helping him through tough situations. She probably would have had his back, and then he probably like realized, oh, hold on, wait, no, 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 she can't know this because then she'll know I stole from our
Mhm.
daughter and blah blah blah. So I think he started to say something like, but then he had to, he caught himself like, oh crap, all
Right.
right. So I'm not sure that would sabotage the meeting, but yeah, that was definitely by mistake. It was like I felt like he wanted to say something to her about why he's feeling the way he is, but then he remembered he couldn't. So, yeah, that's my thought on that.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think that Frank definitely slipped. I don't think it was intentional for that to come out, but sometimes even unintentional thoughts can be things that sabotage something that you have going or poke a hole. Like sometimes you can just move in a way where it's like, I didn't mean to do that, but my actions like literally, kind of sabotage this. You know what I'm saying? So you can unconsciously sabotage yourself. The kind of woman that Sandy is like, it's not every day you have somebody Chinese coming over to your house. You know what I'm saying? Especially in their society, they deal with a lot of other affluent black people and they kind of stay pretty close. So, you have this man coming over who, I've never heard you talk about him. I don't know anything about him. You revealed that you were beaten up by Chinese men. It could like open up the front door, like this is a Chinese guy at the door. Okay, like, and now we're trying to get this money back, and you, you stole from our child, and it just, it starts to look a little strange. Like, hey, what's going on over here, Frank? So I don't think he was trying to. I think it did come out, and I think that Alicia was right when she was saying that a lot of times when you're close with somebody and you share things, he might have, wanted to come out and say, I got myself into some mess, right? But now all we do is have co-defendants, and we don't want to have co-defendants. Like, we don't need nobody turning on us. We don't need no witnesses. Remember back in the day, Alicia, Master P, don't need no witnesses to talk about it. So no witnesses. So, I definitely think that he might have, she's a really smart woman, and she can think her way out of any situation. If there's a problem, Sandy will have a solution for it. And he's in a position where he can't, you know, asked her, how should we play this? Because the very act of you opening up your mouth, can put her and the rest of the family in danger. And I don't know. I just feel like in a lot of ways, Sandy has been Frank's backbone. And to not have her insight on different things, I think it's startling. So.
Number 5. Okay, do you think Sandy's suspicion of Frank's story will push her to get the real story? Absolutely. She's not letting that one go. She's gonna probably let this meeting happen. Like, okay, let me see, and probably even try to search for some clues, because it's like Corenna said, it's not every day Chinese people come popping up at the door offering to bail you out of millions, possibly hundreds of thousands, whatever it is, of dollars. Like, here, I just want to do this for you, and I already got a
Right.
pass with you, and then I already know Frank. And then she's like, wait a minute, I thought he said, hold on, didn't he
Right.
say some Chinese? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. She's gonna put two and two together. So she'll probably let this meeting happen, kind of listen for little tidbits here and there because she's smart. And then she probably sit him down like, yo, I remember that comment you said, how do you know him? Where'd you meet him at? And
Like,
she
for real,
might
for real.
push. Yeah, she might push, or she will push, I think, to be like, no, let's sit down and have this conversation, because you said somebody Chinese beat you up, and 10 minutes later I got a Chinese man at my door offering my daughter millions of dollars, or however much it is. Let's figure this one out. So I definitely think, him saying that comment, turned on all the alarms in her head, like, oh, wait, hold on. Especially since she
Right.
don't know Shan. When you're married and you're with people, you kind of know people's friends. You know the circle.
Right.
I could be like, oh, that's my husband's business associate, or that's my husband's friend, or blah, blah, blah. And then here's this mystery man who happened to be Chinese after your husband slipped. And you're watching his attitude change with this guy coming. It's not
Right.
like this is a friend he's excited about, or a business partner he even
Right.
wants to impress or anything. It's kind of like, oh, okay, let's get this over with, and he's trying to rush him out the door and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
it's like, something's there. So
Yeah.
definitely, I believe she's going to push to get the truth. Yes.
I totally agree. You said it. You said it great. That was spot on. I think that's Sandy, 100%. So, and Karina, is that your new Rose City cup?
Yes, it
How you not
is.
gonna show that off, baby? You just gonna sneak it
Oh,
in? I'm like,
well, I was waiting for all of us to have ours. So yours should be coming this week, and then Alicia will be coming next week. So I was waiting for
ooh,
everybody to see. I had a lady who made us a special cup just
that's
for our show.
cute.
So isn't that really cool?
It
Yeah.
is cute.
Yeah. She did her thug thizzle. So I really, really, really like it. It says, let me read what it says. So it says Rose City here, and here's our logo. And then it says the After Show podcast at the very bottom. So she did a really, really nice job.
Nice. You are so great at supporting, up and coming businesses. I don't always like saying small businesses because we don't want to put those lack words on things. So
Right.
up and coming and growing, thriving businesses. So I really appreciate
Oh,
that about you.
well, thank you, love. I really appreciate you as well. Our Facebook family has been amazing, and I'm not talking about the bloodline. I'm talking about the women on Facebook who me and Kyrie do a lot of networking with for business and stuff. They have been I mean, outstanding, super supportive of the podcast, super supportive of the book. And I really appreciate that because nobody have to take time and read through this. I mean, I think Rose City is pretty dope, but at the end of the day, it's not about what I think, it's about what other people think. And the fact that they've come through so heavy and they're just very supportive. I want to make sure that I always support them. So every month I'm like, well, who can I buy something from or what can I do? Because I think it's really important for reciprocity. I can't expect people to sit down and watch the podcast, read the book, and I'd be like, I'm going to keep my coins to myself when you spending coins for the book. So I'm definitely going to always give back to those, around me because that's what you do. What were we talking about with the question? Hold on, let me look at it again. Do I think that Sandy's going to push Frank? Yeah, I do. I think that Sandy's a person that she files things away in her mental file cabinet. And I think that, Frank's behavior is something that she's like, hey, something's going on here. The fact that he let out that he had said before to the detectives and to everybody, the men had their faces covered. He didn't know who they were. And now he's calling these people Chinese thugs. And so she's like, are you remembering something? Like, let's reach out to Detective Benson. She then went to the purse, grabbed the business card, handed it to him, to him. And he got a whole attitude like, I don't know. It could have been Korean. It could have been Hispanic or something. I don't know what they were saying. Let me tell you something. Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and Spanish sound very different. And for him to be like, I don't know, it could have been anybody. And she was like, not really buying that. So I definitely think that Sandy is, because it said in the book that she was very suspicious. Like his story never really added up. That you were mugged, but like you still had your wallet and stuff. And like, like it's just like, it's not coming together. And even like the detectives at the hospital, they weren't totally sold on what Frank was saying. It just felt like he was hiding information. And of course he was. So I just think that Sandy's going to continue on, looking at different things and picking up clues, put in her file cabinet. And I believe at the right time, she's going to bust a can open on him and put him on blast and be like, no, what's really going on here? Because something's not right. And I mean, again, even when I have casual encounters with people at the grocery store and like, oh yes, I met this lady and she said, blah, 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 blah. I come home and I talk to my husband about just like little tiny things. And the fact that you met somebody at a coffee shop and this person revealed to you that they're about to buy something or do something massive in their lives. And you give them this piece of advice. And I don't feel like Chan was saying that he laid it all out there. Like, I'm going to buy this multi-million-dollar, or billion-dollar corporation. Right. No, but still, if you were talking to somebody like, I met this young man today at a coffee shop. He was a really nice kid. And he said he had some big decisions to make in his life. And I just told him, hey, go with what he felt, and I hope he does good with his life. He could have been like making spaghetti, saying that to his wife before they got ready to eat dinner or while talking, just conversation. But to never have this talk and then all of a sudden this person is standing in your living room explaining how they met Frank. It's like, what's really going on here? So I think, Sandy is definitely going to file things away and come back at an appropriate time and be like, now these are the cards that I have in front of me. Something ain't right. Yeah.